in the matter of petitioner Paul Nurswick versus respondent Lindsay Ann Dineski. Ms. Dineski, please state your name for the record.
Lindsay Dineski.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to affirm any testimony you provide to the court today will be the truth and nothing but the truth.
You always tell the truth.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're continuing the story of Lindsay Dineski with part 4. This episode takes a bit of a different tone. Lindsay was recently arrested after not getting out of a vehicle when asked by a police officer. That's never a good idea, especially if there's already a warrant for your arrest that I've requested the body cam footage and we're waiting for approval. In the meantime, let's take a look at what happened next in the courtroom. Let's get started.
Dineski, we had a bench warrant issued for your arrest back in December 4th, 2003.
There was no proper service on that. I was never given any service on that warrant, so it's invalid.
So the warrant issued because you failed to appear
For a court that I never received any service on.
for the show cause hearing. I do see that proof of service.
I was in another state, so there's no way I received any proof of service, and you guys had my email and my phone number, and nobody ever contacted me, so this needs to be thrown out immediately.
No, that's not how the court.
Yes, that's what the law says. The law says if I do not have proper service, it's an invalid warrant.
That's actually true. But in Lindsay's case, it doesn't really matter because she moved out of a previous address and didn't update the court with her new one. According to MCR 2.107, legal document can be sent to the last known address provided in court record.I. In other words, if you move, whether by choice or because you were evicted, you're still required to inform the court of your new address. Otherwise, you can still be legally served at your old address, even if you no longer live there at this point in the hearing. The court takes a short break to confirm that the service was properly handled. Watch how Lindsay picks up right where things left off when the judge returns.
Okay, Miss.
Me into trial on this matter because I've never been able to present any evidence.
Be quiet.
This is my hearing and I'm allowed to speak at my own hearing.
I have to let you know I'm arraigning you.
You're reading it on an invalid warrant. This needs to be dropped immediately. Is this an Article 1 court or an Article 3 court? Because if this is not an Article 3 court, you have no right to adjudicate anything to do with my liberty interests. And my children are my liberty interests, and they are my offspring, and this man attacked me, so this entire PPO is based on fraud and is void. So that not only can you not arraign me, but you need to overturn the PPO immediately.
So, Ms. Dineski, you were served on October 23rd, 2023. There was a show cause hearing for a violation of the PPO that occurred on December 4th, 2023. Just for the record, I have muted Ms. Dineski because she refused to be quiet.
You're not allowed to mute me at my hearing. Is this an Article 3 court or an Article 1 court, ma'am? You have to answer me. Are you an Article 1 judge? Because if you are, President Trump said that you are not allowed to hear anything to do with my liberty interests in his executive order that he recently put out.
All right.
Are you Article?
Is that you stopped Mr. Nurswick's mail? You were interfering with his mail, Ms. Nurswick, and wasn't able to receive his mail.
If you do not have a constitutional oath, then you have to recuse yourself immediately and let me have an Article 3 judge, because this has to do with my constitutional rights. And Article 1 judges.
So the court is in receipt of a customer information form that
You do
appears
not consent to this PPO, and you must prove and show your oath.
USPS at an address of 18337 Ewell Road, Belleville, Michigan.
I was not living there. I had been evicted from there previously in June, so there was no proper service.
The petitioner filed a motion complaining that you, Ms. Dineski, stopped his mail.
I didn't stop anybody's mail. He came and stole my mail and signed for a certified letter that he sent me, so I didn't receive it. and you guys won't let me show evidence. This has been going on for over a year, and I've never once been able to show evidence, and I've demanded a trial multiple times, and you've denied me a trial. So you're going to be going to prison under USC 18, 241 and 242, and I'm going to be asking for the death penalty for you.
That's kind of amusing. Lindsay seems to be declaring extreme consequences for just about everyone, even jokingly saying things like that to me a few times. At this point, it might be better to take it all with a sense of humor. I end the next part. She's left alone on the video call and starts talking to herself. Let's take a look at what happens.
Yeah, stand by. This is also a bill of payment and penalties, which has been outlawed by the Constitution, Article 1, Section 9, Clause 3. You are using an unlawful PPO to withhold me from my offspring, which qualifies as kidnapping and hostage taking and treason and torture. This matter is void ab initio from the beginning because it's based on fraud, and fraud vitiates everything. Marbury versus Madison, anything repugnant to the Constitution is void. This is a violation of my free speech. This is a violation of my right to petition the government for redress of grievances. It's a violation of my Second Amendment because you said I couldn't have a weapon or bear arms.
Ms. Danelski, I'm going to put you in the breakout room with Ms.
This is a violation of my Fifth Amendment. This is a violation of my Sixth Amendment. This is a violation of my Seventh Amendment. This is a violation of my Eighth Amendment right, my inalienable Eighth Amendment right. This is a violation of my Ninth and Tenth Amendment rights. You are violating all of my rights, and I have not ever been allowed to be heard. Due process allows me the right to be heard, and this has been ongoing since 2023, and I have never had the right to be heard. And I've had my babies unlawfully held from me based on fraud, which I never got to present evidence to prove otherwise.
Lindsay continues talking nonstop during the hearing. At one point, the judge steps away briefly and then returns to announce that the hearing will be delayed for a few hours while they wait for a prosecutor. Normally, a hearing like this can move forward without a prosecutor present. But in this case, things are a bit.
Okay, we don't have a prosecutor. I'm putting this over. Can we, I want to reconvene at 2 o'clock.
I'm demanding a quo warranto.
All right.
And I need
Deputy, did you hear me? Officer?
Your Honor, I do have a 2 o'clock. Did you want me to come back? I have a 2 o'clock in
I don't need an attorney. I don't consent to an
Yeah,
attorney.
I can't. I don't have a prosecutor. I need you to come back. What about 2:30?
I want to say something. You guys are.
Miss Williams,
Your Honor, I'm talking to
5 days.
I
I've been
have
here for
no
5 days.
prosecutor.
I was not even notified of this court. I was not even given notice of this court date, and I've been here for
So
3 days.
let's say 1:45. I don't have a
You
prosecutor.
need to be
I
quiet.
can't do
This is my hearing.
Can we do 1:45, officer?
Yeah, 145.
Okay,
All right,
I'll
we'll
be
see y'all
back at
back at
1:45. Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
I do have one question.
Go ahead, officer.
Just for staffing purposes, can you give a time, because that's right around shift change, do you think that hearing would be done by 2:30, or are
I'm
we
waiting
looking
on a
at
prosecutor.
2:30?
I can't.
Well, it has
The
to
record is
Your Honor, I
going
have
now.
a 2 o'clock.
I can't call it. So
Prosecutor, I'm asking for this to be
Okay.
dropped.
yeah, 1:45 is the time that I have.
Why
Okay.
won't you answer any of my questions?
Your Honor, I'll see you at 1:45. Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
You just ignore my questions.
A few hours later, the prosecutor arrives and the hearing continues from where it left off.